Welcome to Sebring Slot Cars. We just ran our first heat
Ready.
of Group C. We're going to go back to racing.
Go.
Three, four. Steve Madison in the lead with 43 laps. Jim Bell 40. Bill Porter, Ryan Yoder 41 each. Chad Langlois at 39. Don Parsons 38. Laps that segment. Steve Madison 21. Bill Porter, Ryan Yoder, Jim Bell all with 20, and Chad and Don each with 19. Chad on red. All right, here we are back to racing. Steve Madison's on the orange lane. That's Steve in the yellow-orange car on the orange lane. He's the leader. Jim Bell and Bill Porter are running pretty neck and neck. And Ryan Yoder, all three of them are right around 46, 47 laps. I guess Bill's in second place. There's Steve Madison right there. Steve Madison there. Yellow lane is Don Parsons. Red lane there is Ryan Yoder. Black lane was Jim Bell down at the bottom here. Looks like Don just came off of the donut on red. That Castrol Jaguar there is Jim Bell. There's the leader right there, Steve Madison, Jim Bell, Don Parsons. Ryan Yoder on red, excuse me. There's Ryan right there in the red-orange car or orange car. Steve at 59 laps now, just crossed to 60. Ryan Yoder at 57 and Bill Porter 57. Bill just turned 48. All right, heat over. That's 4 heats done. Steve Madison still your leader, building quite a gap at 65 with Group C cars. Bill Porter with 62, Ryan Yoder 61, Jim Bell, Chad Langlois each with 60. So there's a really good race there for second place. Don Parsons with 58. Laps that segment, Steve Madison 22, Bill Porter, Chad Langlois each with 21, Ryan Yoder, Jim Bell, and Don Parsons all with 20. Fast lap goes to Steve Madison with a 5.537 and Ryan Yoder second place with a 5.549, and that was on red lane, so that's remarkable. Jim Bell at 5.560, everybody else is in the 5.7s or 5.8s. Got a camera not working. We're off to the races. Here's your leader on the white lane now. You got about a 5-lap lead on the field. Don Parsons on the orange lane. Green lane is Ryan Yoder. He's one of the contenders. Ryan went a fair amount here. Looks like Ryan came off on the donut. That's Steve Madison running beside Ryan there. Steve's your leader, and Ryan is pushing for second place. Bill Porter's currently in second place. Ryan's a little bit faster than Steve because Steve's on the white lane trying to be careful. He's got a 5-lap lead and doesn't need to lose it. Just play safe and get off her white and get off her red. Don't lose your margin. Don Parsons on orange is running a good lap time. Jim Bell in the Castrol Jaguar on yellow lane. Chad Langlois on the blue lane running good and smooth. Chad running looks like a Budweiser Jaguar, I believe, or the Bush. Jim Bell just came off. That knocked Jim Bell down a whole lap. He's just off again on the donut. He's got to calm down, take a deep breath, and keep the pedal to the metal. All right, heat over. We got Steve Madison still leading by 4 at 86 laps. Ryan Yoder second place with 82. Bill Porter on the red lane dropped. He's at 81. Chad Langlois is 80. Jim Bell dropped a couple laps at 79, and Don Parsons 77. So your laps that segment: Steve Madison, Ryan Yoder each with 21. Chad Langlois 20. Bill Porter, Jim Bell, Don Parsons all with 19. Fast lap goes to Ryan Yoder with a 5.503. Steve Madison on white with a 5.629. Jim Bell a 5.647. Everybody else 5.7, 5.8, and 5.9. All right, there's your leader on red. Red's your hardest lane. All he has to do is stay in the slot. Nobody's going to make up 4 laps most likely. Steve's running 5.7 on that lap, 5.597 on that lap. If he can stay in that 5.5 range, he'll be fine. He don't need to push any more than that. That was a 5.620. Bill Porter running 5.7s. Chad Langlois 5.8 on his last lap, 5.7 on this lap. He just turned. Steve Madison 5.5 again. Track. That was Chad Langlois, came around the corner too hard and deslotted. Had a really good race, very few yellow flags. Bad thing about wrecking on that front straight coming out of that lead on is none of them racers are going to stop to put your car on. Not till that power goes off. Don Parsons deslotted on white coming out of the donut. Deslotted again. He's going to take it easier on white.
5 seconds left.
All right, heat over. That's 5 heats down. Steve Madison, 107. Second place, Ryan Yoder, 103. Bill Porter, 102. Chad Langlois, 100. Jim Bell, 99. And Don Parsons, 95. Laps that segment. Steve Madison, Ryan Yoder, and Bill Porter all with 21, so nobody picked up a lap on anybody. Chad Langlois, Jim Bell each with 20, and Don Parsons 18. Don was on white, and white's a tough lane, and he's moving to red now. Fast lap goes to Ryan Yoder with a 5.503, Steve Madison a 5.597, Chad Langlois a 5.681, Bill Porter 5.696, Jim Bell 5.715, Don Parsons 5.920. You can skip it, Jeff. Thank you. I feel better already. All 8 seconds. They have done real well. That's why I wanted a video today. This and Can-Am I want a video. I'm not going to video Mosler. I don't want to edit that much. I mean, this I can run just about with very minimum editing. That was Bill Porter on blue, hauling taters through the bank. Right there is your leader, Steve Madison on green. Ryan Yoder is currently in second place on purple. Ryan just went by with that orange car, bright orange car. Right here is Ryan Yoder. And then on black you have Chad Langlois. He's right there running with Ryan. Right behind Ryan. Ryan's pulling away a little bit. That green Castrol Jaguar is right beside Steve Madison. On white is Jim Bell. Jim Bell runs a pretty good white lane. There was Bill Porter went by. There's Ryan Yoder, Steve Madison on the green, and Jim Bell on the white right there. The three of those. Black lane there again is Chad Langlois. Chad's trying to move up to third place. So you have currently Steve Madison first place, Ryan Yoder second place, Bill Porter third place, and Chad Langlois fourth challenging. Heat is over. That's 6 heats down. We got 2 heats to go. So Ryan Yoder is in second place behind Steve Madison. Steve Madison 128, Ryan 125, Bill Porter 123, Chad Langlois 120, Jim Bell challenging Chad with 119, and Don Parsons 114. Laps that segment. Ryan Yoder picked up 22, so he picked up a lap on the field. Steve Madison 21, Bill Porter 21, Chad Langlois and Jim Bell each 20, and Don Parsons 19. Don was on red. He's moved to green, so Don should have 20 laps this next heat. Fast lap goes to Ryan Yoder with a 5.454. Steve Madison a 5.555 was fast lap. Jim Bell 5.718. Chad Langlois 5.739, Bill Porter 5.795, and Don Parsons 6.0 on red. Forty seconds. Twenty seconds. Here we go.
Ready. Go.
Somebody's dead on yellow. Chad's not hooked up. There he goes. Cost him a lap there, right there, a lap and a half. Didn't get his controller wired up right. All right, Ryan Yoder just came off on the donut. That cost him a half a lap. Right there's your leader on blue, Steve Madison. Bill Porter is in second place on purple. Excuse me, Ryan Yoder's in second place. Ryan's on black. And he and Bill are 2 laps apart. Jim Bell just stopped. Pulling off the track, I guess. I don't know. I guess Jim Bell's out.
Halfway through the race. 1 minute left.
Steve Madison 139, Ryan Yoder 136, Bill Porter 134. We got this heat and one more. Chad Langlois 131, Don Parsons 125. Here come a pair of Jaguars. Jaguar seems to be the favorite Group C car. We had 3 of them in today's race. One of them pulled out. I think the right front rotor locked up on Jim Bell's car. So he's in the pits. I don't know if he's going to return or not. This heat's about over. Heat over. We got Steve Madison leading by 3 laps. Ryan's picked up a couple laps on Steve in the last couple of heats. Steve at 149, Ryan 146, Bill Porter 144, Chad Langlois 140, Don Parsons 133, and Jim Bell out of the race. Laps that segment. Steve Madison, Ryan Yoder, Bill Porter all with 21 each. Chad Langlois 20 and Don Parsons 19. Fast lap goes to Ryan Yoder with a 5.439, Steve Madison a 5.461, Chad Langlois at 5.519, Don Parsons Bill Porter a 5.680, Don Parsons a 5.999. So we'll go back to racing and $20 seconds. All right, you can skip. You waiting on a marshal? Is that what you're doing? Is Jim going to get back in?
Ready.
He's got what?
Go.
I didn't do it. Somebody's off on. Oh, they hit the wall and stayed in. That must have been Bill Porter. He's riding that wall. That wall will get him if he isn't careful. Sometimes you'll come out of the slot, hit the wall, and bounce right back in the slot. And sometimes you hit the wall and bounce and stay right out. That's all right. First yellow flag of the heat because the marshal was slow getting to the car. He's old, decrepit.
Go.
Wreck under the bridge, he's got it. No yellow flag.
1 minute left.
Good marshaling, good marshaling. Fetch, Fido, fetch. Leader came off on the lead on. That was Steve Madison. Did a rooftop slide. Looked like he's sliding into second base. He's running 5.3s. He's going to probably have fast laps if he's turning 5.3s. That's some good lap times. Nobody's going to make up laps on him on this heat. Ryan Yoder and Bill Porter are fighting out for second place. We got just a few seconds left.
5 seconds left.
Race over. Steve Madison is your winner today. Looks like. All right, we need sections, guys. So Steve Madison wins with 171 laps. I believe Ryan Yoder is your second place and Bill Porter third. We'll see here in just a moment. 12.7 or 8, 12.9. Don, where was your car? What number, 7? Steve Madison, he's 7.9. Jim Bell's out. Bill Porter. Is that Bill on orange? Is that... And then Chad Langlois is on 8. Exit. There you go. All right, so we're going to get our totals. Steve Madison is your winner with 171 laps. Ryan Yoder second place with 165. Bill Porter third with 164. Chad Langlois fourth at 160. And Don Parsons with 152. Good morning, this is Jim. You have reached the slot car track.